There's a piece of paper sitting at your mortgage company right now that can drop your monthly payment by $540 permanently. It costs about $250. You keep your rate, you keep your loan, and nobody at the bank is going to bring it up. It's called a mortgage recast. And today I'll walk you through it with real numbers. A $400,000 loan, a big lump sum cash, and a required payment that falls from about $2,500 a month to $2,000 a month. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, and I'm also going to show you the trap that catches almost everybody off at first. A move that feels completely responsible and changes absolutely nothing about your monthly bill. And stick around, because near the end, I'll give you the pro move, the one that gets you the lower payment and the fast payoff at the same time. Quick note before the numbers. I'm a licensed mortgage broker, but this is education, not financial advice for your exact situation. Clean numbers today so you can watch the machine work. And one quick favor before the story starts. Tap the like button for me, please. It costs you nothing and it genuinely helps my channel. Okay, here's the setup. This video is for a very specific person. You're sitting on a lump of cash. Maybe you just sold a house and the proceeds are parked in savings. Maybe an inheritance landed. Maybe a big bonus finally hit. And meanwhile, your mortgage payment feels heavy every single month. But here's the line you will not cross. You refuse to refinance because you'd be trading away the rate you've got and you know better. If that's you, the next 10 minutes might be worth $540 a month. So let's build it. Say you've got a loan for $400,000, 30-year fixed at 6.5%. The principal and interest payment is about $25-28 a month and 27 cents if you're being picky. Now, fast forward 5 years. You've made 60 payments and the balance has ground its way down to about $374,000. And that payment still shows up every month like clockwork. And lately it feels heavier than it used to. So you do the thing that feels obvious, right? You take the $80,000 of cash and send it to your mortgage company and you mark it applied to principal. And it works, the balance drops from $374 down to $294. You just erased years off this loan in one afternoon. You feel incredible. The next month's statement shows up and the required payment is still $25.28 and 27 cents. The exact same payment to the penny. You handed the bank $80,000, your monthly bill did not move an inch. Because here's what nobody at the bank volunteers when they cash your check. An extra principal payment does not lower your payment. Not a big one, not a small one, not ever. All it does is shorten the tail end of the loan. You'll finish paying years sooner, someday way out in the future. But between now and then, the bank still wants the exact same amount every single month. Your 80 grand is locked inside the walls. And your budget is exactly as tight as it was before. And before you say it, yes, there's the obvious fix. The one every loan officer is happy to discuss. A refinance. Hold that thought because you're going to put a price tag on it in 1 minute and it's ugly. So here's the move your lender doesn't advertise to you. It's called a recast. Same loan, same rate, same lender. For a flat fee, we'll call it around $250. Your servicer takes your new lower balance, that $294,000, and respreads it over the 25 years you have left at the same rate. They just reran the math on a smaller balance. And the new required payment now comes out at $19.88 a month. Let that land for a second. The payment just fell from $2,500 to just under $2,000. That's roughly $540 back in your pocket every month for the rest of the loan without touching your rate. Your lump sum finally showing up in your monthly bill for about the price of a dinner or two. Real quick, right here, because that number is the entire reason you clicked. If you just learned that a $250 form can do what an $80,000 check can't, tap the like button for me. If you want the money side of owning a home explained straight like this, hit subscribe, and we're at it. Honest reason, this channel is still small, and every like and every subscribe tells YouTube to show this to the next homeowner sitting on a pile of cash, about to send it the wrong way. It's free, it takes 1 second, and it genuinely helps. Okay, the rules, because not every loan gets to do this. First, understand what a recast actually is. Paperwork. It's not a new loan. It's not a new appraisal. There's no credit check. Nobody pulls your income. Nobody wants your tax returns. You call your servicer, the company you send the payment to, you tell them you would like to recast your mortgage. You send them the lump sum, you sign the form, and pay the fee. Most servicers charge anywhere between $150 to $500 for it. That's the whole show. Now the rules. Rule 1. This is mostly a conventional loan feature. Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loans, most regular conventional mortgages generally allow a recast. FHA and VA loans generally do not. That one rule settles this video for a lot of people. So it's the first question to ask. Rule 2, there's a minimum lump. Most servicers want at least $5,000 to $10,000 of principal to run one. Our $80,000 clears that bar easily. And rule 3 is, hear it clearly, a recast does not change your rate, and it does not change your payoff date. You're still on the same clock. The only thing that changes is your required payment drops. And if you're not sure what kind of loan you have or whether your servicers plays ball, that's an honest 5-minute question for someone like me. There's a link below to book a free call, and I'm happy to look at your actual loan with you. And now let's come back to the obvious fix, the refinance, because I promised you the price tag. Yes, a refinance resets your payment, but here's what it cost you to get there. Closing costs run from $6,000 to $10,000, a new appraisal, new title work, a whole new loan, weeks of underwriting. And the part that should stop you cold, a refinance throws away your rate and hands you today's rate. If you're holding an older, lower rate, that's the one thing you swore you'd never give up. Paying thousands of dollars to lose that rate you love isn't a solution. It's a downgrade with paperwork. So put the two tools side by side, because this comparison is almost unfair. The refinance is $6,000 to $10,000, a brand new loan at your old rate. It's gone forever. The recast about $250, the same loan you already have, one form, a phone call, and your rate doesn't move. This is exactly why people holding these older, lower rates love the recast. It's the only tool that lowers the payment without touching the thing you're protecting. But now here's the pro move. The thing I'd tell you if you were sitting across my desk. After the recast, your required payment is now $19.88. Nobody said that's all you're allowed to pay. So keep paying that old payment amount. Keep sending the same $2,500 you were already living with. Watch what that does. The required loan covers the loan with an extra of about that roughly $540. Goes straight at the principal every single month, which means you keep the exact same payoff speed you had before the recast. Same finish line, nothing lost. But now this is the part that matters. The low payment is your safety floor. If life gets tight, a job change, a medical bill, one rough year, you drop back to the lower payment. No phone call, no permission, no penalty. Remember, before the recast, the bank wanted the full $2,500, no matter how far ahead you paid. Now the worst month of your life cost you $540 less. So here are your 3 doors. Door 1, extra principal, no recast, fastest payoff, 0 relief on your monthly bill. Door 2, recast alone, real relief, same payoff date. Door number 3, recast and keep paying the old payment, the same fast payoff with an escaped hatch built in. Same money, same house, one version of you just as options with the other one doesn't. Now, you should not do this because a recast is a tool, not a magic trick. If your loan is an FHA or VA, this door is generally closed. Ask your servicer anyway, but don't get your hopes up. If you don't actually have a lump sum, there's nothing to recast. And please don't drain your emergency fund to manufacture one. That cushion outranks a lower mortgage payment every day of the week. If you're carrying a credit card debt at 20%, that lump has a better job to do first. Killing the most expensive debt always comes before feeding the cheapest one. The order matters, and I've got a whole video on that order. And one more honest note, a recast lowers your payment. It does not make the loan cheaper. If you recast and then only the new minimum, the smaller balance gets stretched across all the remaining years. And you can end up paying more total interest than if you've prepaid, left the payment alone, which is exactly why the pro move. Recast and then keep paying the old amount. It's the version I keep coming back to. So here's the whole video on one breath. A lump sum on the principal by itself doesn't touch your payment. A refinance costs thousands and takes your rate with it. A recast about $250 reruns the math on a new balance and hands you back roughly $540 a month without touching your rate. And the pro move stacks it, recast the floor, keep paying the old number for the speed. And remember, this is education, not personalized advice. Your loan, your servicer, your numbers, they changed the answer to this whole scenario. So check your own paperwork before you move real money. Now, before we go, I'll ask you straight, if you had no idea this option existed, and almost nobody does, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I don't say that as a throwaway line. The channel is still small, and every single like and subscribe tells YouTube to put this video in front of the next homeowner about to hand the bank a huge check and wonder why the bill never budged. That person might be someone you love. So if I've earned it today, tap the like, hit the subscribe, and drop me a comment. Which door would you pick? The fast payoff, the low payment, or both at once? Tell me why. I read every single one. I'll see you in the next one.